Preserve your memory and favorite days. Come online to the newest craze. The digital scrapbook, the way you want it to look. With digital scrapbook kits, fun and full of wit. You log in today, you won't be able to quit. Come on over and you'll think it's the bomb. NitWitCollection.com.
Hi everyone. Can you believe it's Christmas in July? Aren't you just thrilled? We get 2 Christmases this year. Well, kind of, sorta. This year we decided to go with a Christmas kit here in July. We've had lots of you say that, sometimes the heat in the summer, it gets a little extreme, so you like to go out and actually spend some time indoors where you can get some things done and you start on your Christmas cards and your Christmas crafts and everything else. So we thought this year, let's give it a try here, see if you guys would like a little Christmas in July kit. So this is our Fireside Christmas. Obviously, again, for those of you that are new to us, we do produce it in a bundled collection where you can purchase it as a bundled collection where you get all 5 products as bought into one package and you save 20% off the price. Now we're going to go have a look at each and every individual item in each of the products so you can see it in its full view. But if you like this kit as much as we do, you're going to find that the bundled version is a way better purchase for you. So let's hop in and see what the FQB has to offer for you. And here we are. So our area rug. Fireside Christmas obviously is a scene. So you have the area rug right up by your hearth, just as the quintessential scene shows. Our background papers, you can see that nice patterns, nice styles. Because there is so much in the kit with such unique elements and things like that, obviously the papers, we want to coordinate with that, where you end up with beautiful florals and poinsettias just like this, again in a few different colors. But you also have the simpler plaids, you have the snowflakes, here it is in the holly, again in a few different colors depending on which way your theme and your color palette want to go. But it's so nice because the color palette is the traditional red and green Christmas colors, and you have full chances whether you want to go very pretty like this paper offers you, or you want to go and do something a little simpler, where you have something like All Hearts Come Home for Christmas, or you have something like the stripes and the patterns that we saw earlier with the snowflakes, things like that. So these papers, we're almost at the end here. And here is our toile patterns. Really nice pattern paper. You'll see how we use that in our card making and scrapbooking layout on our website. So our border of our poinsettias, again, beautiful elements. Really easy standalone elements. And because Mary Fran creates these so large, these elements, you can have them quite large on your pages or cards or whatever. But you can also shrink them to fit and everything else. But you do have such lovely large elements in order to really create something and give you a centering piece when you first start to create. Cute little buttons with all the different styles and patterns that you've seen in the papers. Candlesticks. Now you have one that's a little plain and one that's decorated for you. One in the red that's a little plain and one that's decorated for you. Again, we like to give out the options so that if you found that, that wasn't exactly what I'd like it to look like or whatever, then you have a plain version in order to do it yourself. And the same goes for the armchair. Nice tufted armchair. Can't you see yourself sitting in there? I just need to be sitting underneath that gift right now where I can then pull on the ribbons and away I go opening, right? So there it is in the plain version again. And a green chair with both the present and the ornament decorated, as well as a plain one for you. Great ones to use. Christmas tree. Who can have Christmas without a Christmas tree? This one we thought was perfect in the style when it's placed in the bucket. The type of needles and the type of tree that it is. This is just a beautiful tree. Something really different and just really grabs your attention. Again, we have a different style of a cluster here with the poinsettias. We have in the center there, we have one of the ornaments as well as the leaves. Very pretty. You'll see how I use that on the card making inspiration when you see the product on our website. There's another cluster, just the simple red. Maybe that's what you're looking for. You're going for the real traditional version. Perfect element for that. And another cluster with the candle just by itself without the candlestick. A coal bucket. Now, nicely, it wasn't filled with coal. Santa was good to everybody this year. But the pine cones in it, Again, another real quintessential Christmas element. And look at how Mary Fran even had the coal written on there, made it look weathered and aged. What a great thing to use. These are corner borders. So you probably can't tell on your screen, but basically the leaves and the poinsettia and everything that you see there, the rest of the background is not white or anything, it's transparent. So you can place these in the corner when you're doing your scrapbook layouts, when you're doing your mini albums, things like that. These can get cut out so that you can use these just as corner element items. And when you create digitally with them, it'll preserve the transparency so there's nothing in behind that. So you can layer that on however you want. Mary Fran created 4 different styles, and obviously kindly for those of us that aren't as adept with our computers, they're in 4 different corners. So how do you like that? But choose the one you like and just rotate it around on your pages in order to see what takes your fancy. So here's the hearth scene. The fire's roaring in the fireplace, even the fire grate is there. Now this version has the nice molding and the trim and great looking fireplace, but in the bricks you'll see there's red mortar. And here comes number 2. It has white mortar. So you choose which one you prefer. Again, however you see it, whatever your look is. We all design things a little differently, so whatever you see your look is, you've got an option for yourself. And there is the hearth scene. So you actually get the vignette where everything's decorated and the wreath is on the wall above the fireplace, everything. How nice is that? And you'll see how Mary Fran chose to use it in the scrapbooking layout inspiration that you'll see on our website in the product there. So you can see how it blends in so well when you can do other things with it. But let's be honest, you can put that on there. That is a standalone. Imagine that on as a cover page. Imagine that as the front of your card. You know, how can you get away with not using that one? Here is our garland. Again, lots of parts and pieces so that you can build things yourself, so that you can choose how you want it to look. The hearts, we've got 4 hearts, beautifully done with the patterns of the kit and the colors of the kit. Some journal cards, may your days be merry and bright, and ones with lines on them. I really like the ones with the lines on them because then you really can personalize things. That's kind of the point of the crafting, is that personalization. You create it how you want it, it'll say what you want. The whole thing is what you want it to do. So there's 3 of those for you. And these are actually journal strips. They're pretty large on the screen right now, but they're actually little journal strips that you can either write something in, but when you look at that could easily be used like you would use a ribbon or something like that. Like, these are just beautiful. Like, they're decorated so nice. The paper choice was so good. They could be like a standalone element that you use just to liven up a certain small spot of a page or a card or things like that. Cute little ornaments for you. And presents. Look at this. Everybody needs presents at Christmas. Well done, well decorated already in several different colors and styles. Again, so that you have options when you're creating your craft projects, that you have many ways that you can go. So great ribbons. And here's my favorite. Merry Christmas. You know, I don't know if you have a ribbon, like in real life ribbon like that, but that'd be just a great one for wrapping gifts. The stockings, obviously we have to have stockings, and these ones are unfilled, so you have to put your stuff in there. And tags, again, these tags, here's another great idea, is the tag with a cool little grommet hole at the top. Well, again, it could be a standalone element that you could use to journal on. You could maybe place a photo on that and tuck it into a mini album. Or you could even print these off and use them as true gift tags. Like, you know, print them off on your printer. It's a simple trim out, obviously, like, you know, it's not a very complicated shape. And you can use them as gift tags. And lastly is our wreath. So there is what you get in the FQB of this kit. So onto the little bits of what we get. And our little bits is our add-on elements pack, as you'll see here, with another cluster. So again, for those of you that are new to us, there are no duplicates. When you buy each of these 5 products that comprise the collection, there are no duplicates in any of it. So don't think that you're purchasing something that you're going to get duplicates of. There will be different colors or things like that. So you'll always have some differences. So again, journal cards. Great things that are already, Mary Fran's taken the time to come up with the good sentiments and have them in great fonts and everything else. So easy to tuck into a mini album, into the inside jacket of a card. Maybe it's what you really truly wanted to say with people, so you tuck it in the inside jacket, and then on the other side you can actually write in your own personal message as well. These are super useful. And here's a mat with a blank journal area on the front of it. Again, same idea. We always want to give you that option of having something that's really beautiful, but maybe we didn't quite get the wording right. You had something else you wanted to say, or perhaps it's a different language. Like I know many of our customers are, speak a different language than English. That's not their first language. So now you have something that you can write in and without us not saying it correctly for you. Again, another mat. Beautiful elements that, can you see just like a photo being just, mat it with white cardstock and then place a photo on something like that? Wouldn't that be really, really pretty? Here we are again. Sentiments. So again, the sentiments, if you're creating digitally, these sentiments have transparent backgrounds, so you can place it over top of anything and all you will see is the words. So again, two of these sentiments, very useful elements. There is the window scene. Now, you kind of feel bad like a peeping Tom. Like, here I am standing looking in at somebody's place, but they're not there, obviously. They're gone. We don't see them anywhere, so I figure it's okay. Word strips. So again, Mary Fran always includes word strips in the little bits so that it gives you those quick options of, oh, that's exactly what I wanted to say. I can place that into my creation and move on with the creating, or if you're busy and kind of trapped for time, then you have that option. But you also have blank ones, again, because maybe we didn't quite hit the nail on the head with our wording. So we always want to give you that as well. The 2 paper pack, again, as I mentioned earlier, it has similar patterns, but different colored papers. So you're going to see a lot more options, and especially when you're creating multiple items, whether you're creating multiple set of cards for Christmas, you're creating a mini album, or you're creating several layouts using this kit, because there certainly is all the options and enough elements and papers and everything else. We want to make sure that you have lots of different variation and lots of variation when you're creating. We want to be sure that whatever your color palette is and whatever way you saw this kit, maybe you wanted to use more of the predominant blue. Well, if that be the case, we want that option for you, and they're there in that 2 paper pack as well as the FQB. Our solid papers. So our solid papers are really like digital cardstock. Think about it like that. It's, we all have like a whole big pack of cardstock. Like, I think that's the only way they sell it nowadays. You buy that pack of like 638 pages, so you got all this cardstock, but does it really color match truly? Certainly if you're going with white or black, that's not a problem. But, in some of the reds, how different colors of reds and greens, the tones are always different and everything like that. So that's the reason for our solid paper pack, is we want to make sure that you have the tone on tone, so you have everything to use and to create with that you are needing. That one has a slight, and I'll just pause on this one once again on the blue one. Let's go to a dark one. There's the red one. You'll see the slight diamond pattern in it, just a nice slight muted pattern. So even if you wanted, that's what you were looking for, is you really wanted something that was nice and very simple, very plain, because you're going to put your elements on there. You are more than welcome to use the cardstock as a full paper, because it does have some dimension and some pattern to it. And lastly, this is our alpha. So we always include an alpha with as a coordinating product, because we want you to be able to spell out, whether it be names, dates, titles, whatever you want to spell out. We want to give you that option so that you can highlight those things. Obviously, when you're doing layouts and mini albums, you really want that kind of punch, I guess, or to create that memory and to conjure that back up once again. Or even with your cards, why can't you put someone's name on the front, or a date? Maybe it's their anniversary, whatever it is. We want to give you that option. So there it is, folks. That is our entire collection of our Fireside Christmas collection, our first Christmas collection of the year. Now, I'll give you a little hint here. It's just one Christmas collection in July that we're going to be releasing. The remainder of our Christmas collections usually come out starting late October, early November, and we usually put out 4 or 5 or sometimes even 6. So we have many, many, many new ones that will be coming out this year, but we thought we'd get you started with your Christmas stuff, being if the summertime is warm. I know it's plus 30 something here today, so you are indoors. Here I am making a video for you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a thumbs up and like this video if you did, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Obviously, it'll notify you. You'll see in your notifications that we have a new video come up, so you'll never ever miss out on anything. Thanks again for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy this kit. Merry Christmas.